Why Meet the Others podcast? What's this about?
Why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this thing? Why Meet the Others podcast? What's this about?
Why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this dang thing?
Who the F?
Do we even know what we're doing?
Certainly not.
Oh,
We
no.
just hooked this thing up tonight. We figured out how to use the mics, and now we're recording 10 seconds afterwards. Gives
Word
me
up.
comfort. So,
I hear you.
yeah. So, anyways, meet the others. That's us.
Still waiting on this car to come and take me home. Things feel a little different now that we grown. Till I turn the ass, sure they put my name in stone. Live how I wanna live, cause we die alone.
Hey.
Yo, welcome to Meet the Others podcast. I'm Anissa B.
And I am Choir Boy Dank.
Yo, what's up?
I mean, you know what it is.
What is it?
You know.
I know.
Only,
yeah.
Only good things happen to me.
That's right.
And you. Only good things happen to us.
Amen.
You know?
Amen. It's a Sunday.
Sunday, fun day,
Fun day, prayer day, sacred day,
holy day.
holy day,
We
meditation
record
day.
the podcast on the holy day.
Right?
It's good.
Every single Sunday, baby.
We're just trying to spread these positive vibes as well as we can. You know?
Mhm.
So
Word up. So today we are just doing a segment of shoot the shit.
it's a good shoot the shit day, I think.
Yes.
With all the shit going on. There's a lot of shit to shoot, man.
I think what we need to actually go back to is the Super Bowl. We never
That's
actually talked about it.
I know we did it Super Bowl Sunday, and then we never.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't
Cudi.
share our experience of the Super Bowl, which is just, honestly, just terrible.
Right? Who are we?
I mean, we really have a almost like a moral duty to share our experience, because I feel like in a way we kind of are such a perfect couple to describe how we experienced the Super Bowl as a Latin descent woman and
Yes.
a
White
Midwest
man.
white man,
A white man.
experiencing such a divisive moment in our cultural history.
For sure.
So,
But before that,
oh wait,
we are doing our commercial.
hold on. Shout out our sponsor, Alani Nu, for a cool, refreshing drink to keep you feeling new.
Not our sponsor yet, but maybe one day, someday.
soon-
Cheers.
soon they'll,
Just,
they'll
we
pick us
speak it
up.
into fruition. It
Existence, fruition,
Yeah, it'll come.
happening.
It will happen. But
Yeah.
yeah,
One of many, but
One of many.
it's good. Yeah,
Yes.
this is an amazing little pop, which is very rare that we do. I think we talked about that before, but
it seems like every Sunday we always have one.
it's nice. It's got zero sugar, cherry bomb. It's got the cool. You know what's dope about it? I just noticed this when I was drinking it yesterday. I snuck one in.
Uh-huh.
Boom! It's these burning bridges. Boom! A little light, a little match there, which is similar to that.
I like that. That's cool.
That little handkerchief design that I made. You know, you guys, if you made more noise, I'd have those printed up and sent out to people. But
Hell yeah, but everyone's like a cricket out here.
crickets, dog. But we're gonna build through the cricket time, and
It's all good.
and it's gonna make it even better because I have so many cool things that we're gonna be putting in play on the site that has
I'm
been
excited.
really a long time coming. But dude, I really have a solid wrap around it now, finally, and I think that it's cool. It's like when I had a little burst of doing the emails, and I really feel like the site and the emails are really gonna get into a space that is a nice little cadence that I'm loving, at least in the theory of it. And even so, similar to like the Quickie podcast that you just released. I mean, let's just shout out
Oh my god.
similar to that. It's just, I think that sometimes we need individual outlets to really share
Yes.
how we're doing separate from a team. As a team,
Yes.
you operate in one
100%.
way, and as an individual, you operate in another, and not just like separate operating styles, but just you have different realizations
Yeah.
that exist in that way. So it's cool.
Yeah.
So shout out that. That's a new little. What do you call those? Like a offshoot. What is it? What are those called? Spinoff. It's like a little spinoff podcast.
Yeah, it
So
is.
it's
It is.
dope.
Yeah, I decided to I didn't want to bring my husband into my chaos. Sometimes I'm a little crazy and I may say certain things, and I felt like maybe possibly I just might need that for space for myself. And it's just a little quickie podcast, something short, something simple, only audio. Yeah, I let out my first podcast episode yesterday, and yeah, it's just a little background story of where I come from, who I am, why I am the way I am, and I was kind of nervous because I was like, I don't want my husband to feel like I was like a
traitor, like a dirty traitor. Yeah, she really made sure to make me not feel like she's just a dirty traitor trying to leave, doing a solo cast by herself, and I surely don't feel like that.
All right.
No, it's all good. No, it's cool. I think that, we all have these different little outlets, and it's cool because my music outlet is something that I have really honed for myself for a very long time.
Yes.
And once you see the new project, she makes a couple of appearances on it, which is dope because I feel like she's kind of been a part of that journey even all the way back. But
yes,
it's just cool
100%.
to have like that time.
Yeah.
And that
I mean, I do my own fitness stuff, but that is definitely more of my like career.
Right.
That's my business. I want an outlet very similar to you where you have your outlet, and I like telling stories. I am I'm big on storytelling and kind of giving also like my spin on like just discipline.
Right. It's cool because I think that even doing that gave me a different so we're doing it under a slightly different platform.
Yes.
Which is cool because even like the technology and all that stuff is different all the time, and that's something that I get into, right? And it's fun learning new technology, learning new platforms, and doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, experimenting, which is fun. I mean, honestly, we have a lot of growth to even share with other people on how we operate in those spaces, because that stuff just is like something that we do a lot of and comes somewhat natural,
Yeah. Yep. But thank you for shouting me out. I'm a little shy about it, but I appreciate you shouting me out on that. Yeah. But
and speaking about sharing different things, we need to get kind of a thread going of people that have questions.
Hell yeah. Like, guys, if you're watching these podcasts, you have to start submitting some questions or
engaging on
give
this
us
stuff.
Like more of an idea of what you want to see from us, because we would love to also extend ourselves to what you want from us, like what you like most.
Right.
So yeah, it would be cool to hear from our listeners, to our watchers, whoever it is that's willing to be like, hey, yo.
Yeah, like for example, do you like us to talk about fitness stuff? Do you like us to talk about music stuff? Do you like us to talk about business stuff, family stuff? What's the stuff that you get the most value out of, or just what things do you have questions about that maybe we could help out with?
Yeah, for sure. But let's take it to the Super Bowl. Back to that. We're jumping, like we said, we're shooting the shit today. So what would you say? Like, how did you feel about the Super Bowl?
Well,
we're 2 weeks late.
I really got, the funny thing is we really didn't even know who was playing, right? And we got through to it and it was cool, and we seemed like a decent back and forth, but really we got to the halftime show and that was really where we kind of checked out, because for us that was really the big draw.
Yes.
And seeing and then it's funny because I thought Bad Bunny did an amazing job. And honestly, like I said in the podcast we were getting ready for the Super Bowl, is I really love a good production. And boy, did they put on such a masterclass in what a live production looks like and really just a show. And it really built out the lore and the background and the backstory and the history of not only Bad Bunny, but where he comes from. And, you know, you had cultural touch points about like the Latin club owner from New York and the snow cone stuff and all sorts of
Piraguas.
Yeah, so much amazing stuff. And did I know every word? No, but I learned a little bit coming from it, and it was great. I loved it.
Yeah,
that
cool.
was kind of my
It was definitely cool
takeaway. And
yeah,
after that, I had to I was done.
We were done.
What I mean, as a person with Spanish descent, how did you feel watching that thing?
I think honestly for me, more than anything else, was like literally an hour before the Super Bowl, I had posted something and it was kind of like just reminiscing and like my whole like Puerto Rican culture, like being around my family friends. We were all like Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, like we all kind of hung out together. And so like I wrote a post like an hour before, and it was very crazy because like what I talked about was like the dominoes and like
right, and that was
eating and like having coffee and all these things. And then when I watched the performance, I was like I started getting like really emotional, especially like seeing the little kid laying on the chair and everybody dancing. Like in our homes, like when we had parties, there were a lot of house parties and everybody was dancing, even at like regular, you know, like normal parties, like out in a hall, whatever. Everyone was dancing, and your family, if they saw you sitting down or laying down, they'd pat you up to dance, even if you didn't know how to dance. Like, and it was always so like, it was like it was just very cool. He touched a lot of points that I got like really emotional, and I started crying. Right. I started crying like a little baby about it because I don't know. I felt like this is ridiculous on how we have another halftime show.
Right.
You know, and it's crazy that like, you know, I get it. I could not understand every single word he said, but tell me that the, you know, previous performers that you could understand their words.
Right.
Like, give me a break. So that's where, you know, it's hard for me to like, you know, what happened on Super Bowl Sunday for me, it woke up the Puerto Rican culture back into my life. Like I felt like for years, just not being around the same culture,
right.
I've lost some of the touch of being a Hispanic woman and being proud and loud and taking up space and all that stuff, and watching Bad Bunny do that and not give a fuck about how anyone feels made me realize that like I had lost some of that. I started getting real quiet and not no more.
Right. Which I think is really kind of, it's just one of those things where it becomes, you see that, you experience that, and you go, it's important to be around my influences that light me up.
Right.
Whether that's cultural from who I am and who my family is and how I've, you know, been brought up, or the things that I really enjoy. And without being around that stuff, I think sometimes we lose a bit of what makes us like us.
Yes,
like,
yes.
I think that growing up, sometimes even the things that you liked as a child and different stuff like that stuff is like valuable to keep in your life.
It really is. It truly is. And I told you that like after I watched that the next morning, I was like, yo, I've lost so much of my who I am. Like, you've been to all my family get-togethers.
Right.
It's crazy. It's insane, but it's all love in there.
Right.
Even when we're arguing, there's like so much passion and love and loudness and trying to get to talk, you know, like there's just,
right.
But there's, you can see that we're all coming from like a very strong, like background, you know, like,
right.
So yeah, I don't know. For me, that was definitely like a whole, like, get it together. And what was even cooler was my children, like, who are not really much around like my family as much. They also kind of took to it, you know?
Oh yeah. It's funny because Yeah, my little son is like doesn't really. I mean, we got him in Spanish, right? But
yeah, he's doing Spanish classes.
He's crawling.
Right.
He knows like the zapateria and gato. So he's
Yeah.
like working through it.
Yeah.
But he was able to kind of like absorb that culture and really like the music, which is dope because I feel like. And he's playing it, and he has certain songs that he likes.
Yes.
Which I think is dope because you realize that all of that language stuff and the words and message, that stuff's important because
Yes, it is.
it's valuable for having like strong ideas and influences around you that are positive, right?
For sure.
Which I think that a lot of what he's saying is positive if you really break it down and dial it in. But I think that it also translates for me in a way that's how we always experience music, which is
Right.
beyond the lyrics.
Yes.
Like the melody.
Yes.
And how that makes
The dance.
the rhythm.
Yes.
And how those things just make you feel.
Right.
Like,
right.
Which is cool.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, like the other thing that I wanted to touch on is one, I love the message that he says to believe in yourself. Like he believed in himself.
Right.
You believe in yourself. And he talked about like how love is way more powerful than hate.
That was my favorite part.
And yeah, I just love that. And like those are just things that like are so magical. Like my son, like they watched it a few times. Like I even came home from like working out or being with a client, they're watching, replaying it.
Which is wild.
And, they're like, oh, Mom, why did he like say like America? Like, why did he say America? And I was like, because he's representing America and because Puerto Rico is in America. And he's like, but they don't like him. And I said, but he doesn't care if they like him or not. He's going to represent because he's part of America and he's going to keep going. He's like, oh, but if they don't like him, why even mention it? Because we push away hate and we, cover it more with love. Like, so that was really cool. It was a really cool performance. I really enjoyed it for sure.
Yeah. It's funny how divided that whole situation became because one, he's American. So like even to say like the Americans don't like him is like such a confusing situation. It's such a confusing thing.
Right.
But yeah, I love the message about, and that there was a decent amount of hate kind of wrapped up in all of that and like taking certain, performance.
It was even worse than Janet Jackson's performance.
Right. There was like certain performance elements that definitely were used to highlight and say that this was bad or some sort of terrible influence in certain ways or whatever. And I think that some of that is just like you look for and can tell the story whatever you want it to be.
Right.
If you want it to be bad, you can find some things to make it bad, right?
Right.
The same way that everybody looked at, which it wasn't very hard to look at the other Super Bowl and find things that were questionable, bad, and completely oxymoronic to what they would say this is for. And just because they were speaking English, like
that was why it was all American.
Right, which is funny to me too, just about the idea of our Super Bowl performer needing to really put on for America because never before ever was that such a needed thing, but he still took that challenge on and did a freaking amazing job.
Yes.
With past my standards with flying colors.
For sure.
To me, it was the most uniting performance that I've ever seen for the Super Bowl, and I give major props to him for it.
Hell yeah!
And if you don't look at it that way, there's something different going on.
Yeah, there's something going on with you, like Megyn Kelly, and like I don't want to bring her up because she's a fucking nutcase, but like her whole like so triggered after it about like how like this is not for Latinas and Latinos to, express themselves, like all that shit. Like, it was like, calm down.
No,
Stop crashing out.
There's some other things going on when you react in that way. You have other issues with yourself that you need to work out, and that's
English was not the first language in America. Just so everybody knows that. Just in case you needed a little bit of a education.
It's all. I mean, dude, there's been so much stuff coming out since even that. It's just like the news. It's funny because I really, as a general rule, I try to stay as far away from the news and the news media and all the BS that the either side tries to spit, because it's all like I said, in a way that you could see, like, if you want to look at everything and paint a picture this way, or look at everything and paint a picture that way. I feel like there's two sides, and the media is always trying to be divisive, and negative. So I stay away from it a lot of times.
Hell yeah.
But lately, it's been difficult because there's been so many insane atrocities going on through the Epstein files, through the
political parties,
through the leadership of our countries, through the censorship of certain people that I would say are trying to do good things in our country, and it's been wild.
It has been so wild.
Yeah, and you dive into that stuff, and it gets just so
it makes your stomach hurt.
it gets dark really quick.
Yes.
But in some ways, I almost go, you gotta engage and talk about it. Otherwise, in a way, you're being complicit to all of it.
Right.
So it's like, I want to stay away from this stuff, but man, does someone need this is one thing that I think is just very important to say, and I think is something that I've been continually saying, is we're not mad enough. If you see what's going on, you see what's happening in our country, you see what's happened in our country for years and years and years and for decades at this point.
Years and years.
We're not mad enough.
Right.
And there really needs to be a change in America. It's got me researching citizenship options.
Hell yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, it's wild.
It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. And the thing is, it has nothing to do with either party either. It's just human decency.
Right. The promise of draining the swamp never came. And honestly, we need that. We need to drain the swamp, set fire to the statues, and I mean, it's like, it's time. Like, I feel like there is, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into it, but
he will,
because I will, and there's a lot to it. And like I said, I don't like to get into the news stuff because a lot of it's to divide, and that's not what I want to stand for or proliferate, right? But geez, God, it's hard.
It's definitely hard. It's
hard to escape, especially when you start shooting the shit, right?
Oh yeah, when you start shooting the shit, you can go elsewhere. It could be really bad.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, I think that we've also we're very quiet about politics. I think that you and I, we stay out of it as much as possible. If you are my Facebook friend, you probably see a few things that I do put up, and I'm a little bit out there, and then you start wondering, like, who the fuck is she for? Right. But honestly speaking, I'm just for someone who's going to be right for Americans, who's going to lead America the right way. Like, I can't necessarily say that, like right now, I'm in a really weird place because I'm just seeing things in the Epstein file, and it's like a lot of different people are involved, and it's disgusting. And I'm for the children. That's who I'm for. And that's it. Like,
I mean, someone needs to be.
I'm for children. I'm for victims that were teens, because 15, 13, they're all teens, means that they're underage, and they're not.
Some of them are preteens. I mean, honestly, it's
but I'm just saying, because there was a conversation had about, like, well, as long as they weren't like 8 or 9, they were like 15, and it's like, bro, those were still children.
No, I mean,
you know,
I think that it's sometimes you could see people do backflips and somersaults to try to cover some sort of perspective and try to make it make sense when, I don't know. I just think that we have a duty to show up and call out things that we see when we see it, you know? I mean, then, yeah, I mean, dude, also all the bullshit with ICE and all of that shit that is happening with that. Like,
it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's a lot, and it's scary, and it's not right. I mean,
you literally have people recording on their phones. It's in your face, and there's still people saying, like, I thought it was insane. My head almost spun when I mentioned about the what's her name, Renee Good, getting killed, and someone said, but didn't she hit the ICE, whatever, the ICE fucking agent,
or whatever.
I just don't know what to call them because they're amateurs. So hitting them, like hitting him, and it's like, bro, she didn't hit him, even on his little fucking recording,
right?
You know, and it's just like, it's disgusting. It's just a really bad place to be. So it's hard to.
It really seems like a militia, a Gestapo that is really unchecked, and it's disgusting the way that those people and that program is operating without any sort of checks and balances, not even the same amount of checks and balances that, say, a police officer that has way more training, that has way more training, that has way more I don't know, seems like discernment through the training and vetting through the process that's been in place forever. Now there's a complete new set of guys with less training, less due process,
covered identity,
that don't have any sort of accountability at all.
Right.
And you know, I know that just even saying that will have people be like, oh, you're this person or you're that person. But really, at the end of the day, I respect human life.
Yes.
And you can't be someone that respects human life and stands by, you know, love, and sees someone get brutally murdered and just go, well, it seems like they shouldn't have done this or whatever, and without any sort of trial.
Right.
Without any sort of, you know, due process of the law that we've come to understand as this is the right way to do it for fucking hundreds of years, and now just all of that just goes out the window.
Right. Yeah.
It's a little unsettling and scary because when does it stop? When does the slide, you know, when do we stop sliding down this psychopathic path?
Right. Yeah. So it's important to vote, guys.
It is.
It's very important. More than ever right now, for sure. Like I said, like we both said, we don't like to get too involved in it. It's just very hard not to.
Well, the thing is like you get to a point where you go, well, someone's got to say something. And, you know, like this stuff is not, and I'm not the person to say something or whatever, but I just think that if you're quiet and you watch these things go down and you try to just appease everybody, who are you really?
Right. Exactly. Like right now I'm like, yo, it's just about God and God we trust. That's it. Like,
right.
I'm not obsessing over any leader because the leader right now is not a narcissist. I think he's a fucking funny character, and that's just like I always.
He is a narcissist. Yeah, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He's just funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I could get going on that thing. So I feel like I'm trying to be as neutral as possible and just stand on the fact of lives,
right,
and humans.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I mean, if you really get into all of that stuff, what our tax dollars are going into, and how egregiously spent, hoarded, and funneled into things that I don't believe in, when there's so many big issues that are being cut, ripped out, and gutted.
Not even talking about like health.
Right. The health stuff, honestly, we have a health epidemic. You know, we have, I mean, dude, it just seems like there's these things where they gaslight you into thinking that we're going to do something about this. We're going to do something about this. So to get everybody, yeah, that sounds great. But then nothing actually happens.
Right, right.
And then all of that money that we get excited about because we're going to put, yeah, I don't want to get to, but we do the tariffs and do all of this stuff. And then that money gets mismanaged, misplaced, or put into other things that completely serve the lobbyists and the people in power already, the billionaires and all these people. Meanwhile, you know, working class, middle class, even upper middle class people can't pay their health bills,
Exactly.
can't pay their funeral costs.
Yes.
And it's like insanity.
Yep.
It's insane. And rather than coming together and realizing we are fighting a fight for our fucking lives, we
Right.
should band together on these things that really matter. We are fighting over fucking Kid Rock or Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
You know, or like, I mean, and issues that are just really distractions, you know.
Hell
And
yeah.
we
I mean,
talk
now
about
UFOs,
aliens.
man. Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. My guy.
I
Get out of
can't.
here. Like,
I mean, the timing couldn't be,
yo.
you know, I just,
Shit.
I want to walk away. Like I said, I'm checking my citizenship options.
Oh, man. I'm ready.
Maybe
I'm ready to go.
dual
I have
citizen
had enough
work
of living
visas,
here.
you know, because
Yo.
hey, guys, you know, we did ask about the questions, if you have any questions, but I have a question. If any of you have been abroad, living abroad, working abroad, I want to hear the experience.
Hell yeah.
I'm down to have somebody on here, and let's have a conversation about that and the difference in how healthcare works, how
Yes.
you know, how the country runs, and is America as free as it is claimed to be?
Ugh.
Because right now, I'm not feeling the land of bread and honey, milk and honey, whatever it is.
Don't even ask me.
I don't know where the bread is. I don't know where the milk is.
Where's the honey?
It's not sweet around here, honey. For real.
Well, I guess we've shot the shit
That was a good shooting of the shit.
before we go too deep. And
Pump
know,
the brakes.
what is that called? Ruffle some feathers. We don't want
Right.
to do that.
I'm sure.
I'm
that
sure we
there's-
have already,
right.
and that's okay. I don't give a shit.
Sometimes you need to.
But yeah, I think this is it for us now today, right?
So yeah, if you got any notes, anything that you want to talk about, throw them in the comments. If you're on YouTube, throw them in the YouTube comments.
Yes.
You're on Spotify, throw them up there. I just realized that you can comment on Spotify. I didn't really realize that.
Oh yeah, he did it on my. It's called the Little Quickie Podcast. If you want to check it out,
check that out.
Yeah, he my first supporter.
Yeah, so it's cool. So yeah, we look forward to continuing the conversation.
Yes,
shooting
yes.
the shit again.
Shooting the shit again. We will do that again for sure. But yeah, give us any ideas, anything you want to see from us, anything you want to hear from us. We're here to talk about it. Till next time, guys.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Why Meet the Others podcast? What's this about?
Why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this dang thing?
Who the F?
Do we
Who the
even
F?
know what we're doing?
Certainly not.
Oh,
We
no.
just hooked this thing up tonight. We figured out how to use the mics, and now we're recording 10 seconds afterwards. Gives
Word
me
up.
comfort. So
I hear you.
yeah. So anyways, meet the others. That's us.
Still waiting on this car to come and take me home. Things feel a little